is Juarez, in its old districts and its new neighborhoods, in the winds of the frontier, in the witty volubility of its people, in its daily grind, in its Rio Bravo, in its bridges, in its industry. Here is Juarez. Here, a great number of stories interact, all crowded in this beautiful chaos of everyday life, but intermingling with a cast of characters that repeat incessantly without knowing if they're protagonists or characters of many stories developing at once. Juarez is the largest border city in Mexico, and it carries the name of Benito Juarez because Juarez was shelter to him and the country's presidency. And thanks to his action, it was possible to recover the republic. Juarez hides in its corners the small towns lost in the great maps that only appear miraculously because it has in its streets characters and accents that come from every corner of the country, that generate in its cuisine smells that send us back to forgotten places, hidden places, but that today have their home and place in this city, Ciudad Juarez. Here is the provincial country love that in the same way is present in its neighborhoods, in reunions with friends and family, as it is in the varieties of restaurants, cafes, hotels, and stores. Here is Juarez, with a little bit of everything, but overall full of noble people, humble and brave, generous, hardworking and visionary. In other words, so full of life. Not everyone has the privilege of living in a border city. It's not a coincidence that year after year, thousands pass through Juarez, finding this enchanting mix that complements our city's many days of sun and its people. Juarez is here, in its industrial fields, where Juarez's hands produce medical equipment, auto supplies, phones, and an endless amount of products and goods that reach every corner of the planet, and that thanks to the hands, ideas, and designs of Juarez's, life is made easier today for millions of people around the world. Here is Juarez. In its universities, schools, and colleges that year after year cultivate and graduate professional scientists, researchers, and entrepreneurs that use their unique bicultural border ingredient to contribute a fresh and distinct vision wherever they are. Here is Juarez. In its history, where the gentleness inherited from its first inhabitants blends itself with the vision of enterprising friars and the adventurous Spanish blood of the conquistadors. Here is Juarez. It was here where the Mexican Revolution is finalized, where the Toma de Ciudad Juarez takes place, and the signing of the treaties that forced President Porfirio Diaz to resign. It was here where Francisco Madero made his triumphant entry, and it was the Aduana building where he established his headquarters. Witness to many wars and battles still today, here is Juarez, invincible, heroic, stunning. The only city that has received lands from the United States without the need for a war. Here is Juarez. At times, hidden in its modernist and progressive architecture, Juarez, in its intense commercial corridors, in its frolicking racket, with something special for everyone. Here is Juarez, where no one is worth less than anyone, where the talent of artists, athletes, boxers, singers, composers, and more build their lives and choose their fate. That bastion of pride for the important actors of this eternal play that is coming and going on the streets, the bridges, and the avenues of Juarez. They are the true heroes of this story. They are made of tradition, bravery, truth, love, and solidarity. The essence of Ciudad Juarez is present in the pride of its people. The Juarezes, the ones from here, the ones with conviction. Juarez is the people that build it every day. Juarez is its families who look at the future with hope. Juarez moves like the sands of its desert, and like it, Juarez has a burning heart that makes it dynamic, thriving, entrepreneurial, and distinguished. It transforms and recreates itself every day as it has for so many years with the desires and hard work of its inhabitants. The best cities to live in, the most beautiful cities, are those that shine with their own light thanks to its people. Here are the Juarezes. Here is Ciudad Juarez.